what is up, guys? Welcome back to a new YouTube video, and today I want to give you my top 5 reasons on why you should buy the MetaQuest Pro. Now, number 1, comfort. Now, comfort is a big thing when it comes to this. So I know there is the MetaQuest 2, and it's a great headset. I have it. I've had it pretty much since day one, back when you could pre-order it. But one of the things that has really kind of plagued it was the comfort. And I know there's all types of things that you can do to like modify it and stuff, which I've had to do with mine. But for buying a headset that's pretty comfortable straight out of the box, the Quest Pro definitely is, by far, it beats it. Hands down, there's really no comparison. The thing that's really nice too is sometimes, like, and we're all VR, users or whatever, and so we all know that sometimes you get like the raccoon looking face, like after you like pull the headset off, it's been stuck to your face for so long. For me personally, that really bothers me, especially for me. The main use that I use VR for is a lot of like digital artwork and creations. So wearing a headset for a really long amount of time, and then sometimes if I need to look at reference art or something, like with the Quest 2, I always have to like untighten it in the back and then keep lifting it up. Whereas the Quest Pro, I'm still able to see out on the sides and also see down below me, which is really nice. Now you can get like, you can use like the light blockers, or they do have like the full insert to block you out. Me personally, I actually prefer to use it just like this, because to me it feels more like a pair of glasses, which is really, really, really comfortable. And it just makes me feel like I'm not so blocked out from everything going on around me. I don't know, it's cool, especially when you're using stuff like the AR mode, like placing objects in your real world or whatever. It's really cool because it's like, when you're wearing it, it looks like it looks different, and you gotta have like the bug eye kind of look, but when you're in there, it actually does feel more like goggles or something, and being able to see out on either side, it's really cool. It's a very comfortable headset. The one thing that probably would be, that if I could change I would, is probably just like right up here, like that rest on your forehead. So this part needs to be maybe a little bit more comfortable. For the most part, it really doesn't bother me all that much. It's just a matter of just adjusting it properly on your head. But yeah, it's a very, very comfortable headset. And I don't know, it's just one of those things to where when I'm working, like if I'm using like multi-brush or Vermilion or painting VR or whatever, like I feel like I can stay in VR longer just because it's so much more comfortable. And then when I do come out of VR, I don't have like that feeling, like that pressure being pushed against my face, which after a while can take like a really toll, especially like when I was like doing a lot of stuff like, well, I still do, but when I was, doing a lot of stuff in Horizon Worlds, this is a very good headset for if you're in that space and you're wanting to like go in there, socialize with people, or build worlds and stuff, man. Like, this is a great, great headset for that, because you still feel like your face can breathe. So yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like I want to just kind of cover some of these things. I pre-ordered this back when, well, yeah, when you could pre-order it. So I've had it for quite a few months by now, but it's one of those things where it's like you have to use it for a certain amount of time to actually like see like, how does this work for me? And for me, I kind of hope that headsets moving forward will actually give us this option to be able to not always be completely blocked off in VR, because I really feel like this is a good, kind of a good balance. If you want that full immersion, you can, or if you just want it to be more like the AR glasses, then that's an option too. So comfort is very important. Okay, so one of the other things that I find to be a real awesome selling point for this particular headset is the augmented reality or AR features that you can actually have with this headset. It is truly amazing. Especially like for instance, like for me, like I use, like I said, a lot of like art and illustration apps or whatever. And so for those ones that support it, like Vermilion, painting, multi-brush, like all of those that can be used in the VR mode, which is truly awesome. So like having this, for me as an artist, it truly feels like I feel like I have an art studio like right here, because I have all my paints, all my brushes, everything's right here. And I could just pick this up and take it with me and using it in an AR mode versus like in VR, like when you have like your canvas and it's just there and you can just pull your colors and do your mixing and all that stuff and your painting. It's really amazing. And then showing it to people too, and them just kind of seeing like, wow, this is really cool. Also too, the color pass through is a massive improvement. I know I've seen some videos of people kind of complaining about it and stuff, and it still has some graininess to it for sure. But over the Quest 2, it is so much better. I was using my Quest 2 last night and I was like, let me just try like an AR app. I went into Worlds and that app it just does not work as well as it does like on the Quest Pro with the pass-through mode, at least I should say. So the color pass-through is truly amazing. Also too, the app I believe is called Figment. That one is a great VR or AR app if you actually want to just like kind of show someone like what this technology is capable of. I was actually using that app to kind of like redesign like my office. So like where I have a big chair right over here, and I actually used like a 3D model and I put the chair right there and it was able to sit down in it. And it's really cool. And it's something that like if you are like investing into this technology with moving forward with like the AR space and stuff, I mean, I think you'll really enjoy this headset. So there's still more apps, I'm sure, that will come out that will support the features of it. But just the feeling of being able to have both. Also, too, a lot of times I'll keep the headset on and I'll actually like walk through my house, and not have to take the headset off because I can see. It is good enough for you to be able to see and like maneuver through your house and stuff. So that's really cool. And then just being able to place objects and stuff or have screens floating, and especially when you're doing like work, like if you connect this to your computer, like it really is pretty special when you have multiple screens floating. I really feel like enough people don't like praise that enough about this headset because to me it feels like magic, and it kind of blows my mind how kind of some people just kind of like brush it off to the side like it's really not that big a deal. But if you're into that, if you have a laptop and you want to take it, if you don't mind people staring at you, like I've taken this thing to coffee shops multiple times and have like worked on stuff, and most of the time people just want to know like, what are you doing, because they think it's cool. It's very different than having like like I said, like a Quest 2 strapped to your face and it's like blocking out everything. So I don't know. Me personally, I feel like this was more like carrying around a laptop. And I remember this one girl, she actually like was asking like, what were you doing? So I actually let her put the headset on and I showed her the drawing that I was working on, and she saw how it was like in the AR mode. We had a good long conversation just talking about like AR and VR or whatever and stuff. So yeah, so AR is definitely a really awesome feature about this headset. So that's one thing that I'm really excited about, and I'm constantly using it. And I think a lot of other people would really like to use it as well. Okay, another thing that I cannot stress to you enough is the visual. So there is a massive upgrade. If sometimes when I see like other people like review the headset and they just talk about like, oh well, the visuals, it's slightly better than the Quest 2 or whatever. That's kind of baloney, because using the headsets like every day, like compared to each other, and especially like if you haven't used the Quest 2 in a little while, and then using the Pro every day, and then going back to the Quest 2, there's a massive visual quality. Like, I don't know, I feel like people that say there's not, I just feel like they're full of it. Because like, okay, for one, the Quest 2 had the Fresnel lenses, and those were much better than like the other lenses that we used to have before, at least the way they were able to do them for that particular headset. But the pancake lenses that are in the Quest Pro, there is a big difference. And if you use the headset like every day when you're just, creating stuff or playing games or whatever it is that you use VR for, you will notice the moment you go back to Quest 2. For me, it almost feels like the difference between, and this is just me, I'm just giving my opinion, this almost feels like the difference between using like the first Rift and then moving to Quest 2. Like it was night and day that you could see the difference. But the visuals are much better. Also, too, the headset is able to pump out more visuals because it actually has stronger processors than the Quest 2. It also has more RAM too. Um, so, for instance, like a game like Red Matter 2, when I played that on the Quest Pro, I was like, wow, this is really the way that you're supposed to be able to experience this game, because the pancake lenses are just that much better. Um, you know, I'm just only speaking from someone who's like just my own personal experience of what I have seen. Um, I tried like going back to my Quest 2, which I still use, but I tried going back like to certain apps that I use a lot on the Pro and then on the 2, and I was just like, yeah, just the Pro hits different. Like it really, really does. Um, so yeah, so if you are looking for better visuals, I would definitely say, um, and again too, better visuals with the standalone headset, because I know there's other headsets that are wired to PC that are the visual quality is much better than the Pro, but I'm just saying like you'll notice the difference. So if you ever get your chance to like get your hands on a Pro or whatever, like just try to like put your biases aside of like whatever you think about like the Pro, because I know there's a lot of like negativity that goes around about the headset, but it really is a visual step up from the Quest 2. So if that's what you're looking for, then I would definitely recommend that you get the Quest Pro. So that's how I feel about the about the visuals. Okay, another really awesome thing about the headset is the RAM. So you can definitely tell, like, when you're playing certain games with, like, the loading screens, like, you can tell it's a lot snappier and faster. There's some games that I would play on the Quest 2, and then when I got the Pro that I installed, I was like, well, let's try it on here. And you could definitely tell, like, the game just kind of just booted up a lot faster. So, yeah, and then also, too, just like when you're just kind of, like, multitasking, like, it just seems to just move faster. You can just tell. So it's just one of those things where it's like, maybe some people will be like, I don't really notice it or whatever. But again, it's one of those things, if you're using the headset enough, you'll notice it. And I also think too, like, for some people that just instantly, it's just first time they try putting on a Pro and they're just like, I'm just gonna see how it works. It's a lot more snappier. And for me, that's like, it's kind of a big deal because, like if I'm wanting this to be more like closer to like my VR laptop, I guess I should say, because it kind of works like that for me with all the artwork and stuff that I do. It feels more like I should say like a Chromebook, a high power Chromebook, I should say. But it just feels more snappier. And yeah, so definitely if you're looking for more RAM, a little bit more power, then yeah, the Pro is definitely a good headset to go for. So that's just my opinion. Okay, one of the other big things that I have to put on this list is the price. So when I bought this headset, I bought it, I pre-ordered it, so I believe everything came up with tax and everything. It all came up to 1,600. So it's pretty expensive, but I am a VR enthusiast, and I really, really felt like I needed this headset because, I've done, contract jobs and stuff like in VR, and the Quest 2 was almost miserable to like be in VR for a very long time, like doing projects and stuff, just because it would, oh my gosh, it would get so hot and then I'd pull it off and it's just like sticks to my face and stuff. It's one thing, it's different when you're playing games and stuff, but when you're like working and like having meetings and stuff in VR, like yeah, it's like you definitely don't want all that stuff pushed onto your face. So I was like, hey man, like if that's the price it is, I'm gonna go for it. And it was so much better because just how easy it was to fit on my face. And again, it's almost like you're wearing goggles or something because the top part is resting on your forehead and the rest of it's not even touching your face. So yeah, that kind of ties back into the comfort section, I guess, of this video. But the price, though, now that Meta has actually dropped it down to, I think, $9.99, I would say for anyone that's on the fence, I think that is a very, very good grab. I understand why some people were saying like they felt like it was overpriced when it first came out. I'm just one of the people that was just like, I don't really care. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. But like I said, now that the price is that low, I actually feel like this is a really, really good time to get this headset, because you will feel like this is a massive improvement from your Quest 2, because I know I definitely do. And then also too, there's other features too about the Quest Pro that I'm not going to like go all into. There's so many different things about this headset, but obviously keep watching the channel because I'm going to keep covering them. But like I just did a video not too long ago about like the face tracking and all of that good stuff. Like there's so many other things, you know, the self-tracking controllers. It's just I didn't want this video to be too long, but it has a lot of benefits that I think a lot of times people just kind of throw it under the bus just because of that hefty price tag that was attached to it when it first came out. But with it being like literally just like $1,000, I would say go for it. Unless you're wanting to just wait and get like the Quest 3 when that comes out. But you know, it depends on what you're wanting. Like for me, I feel like this is a creativity headset. You know, for people who want to create stuff or do meetings and all that good stuff. I feel like this is a good headset to use. I do use it for gaming, so I'm not even gonna lie. I do. When I first got it, I was kind of like, I don't know. I think part of that was because I was scared of like, because of how expensive it was. I was like, man, gaming with this thing on my head, I don't know. But I felt the same way, honestly, though, when I got the Quest 2. I was kind of scared to like drop it and stuff. But like now I'm so comfortable with this thing. Like a lot of times I just like pick it up. I just grab it from like from like right here. I don't grab it from here just because this whole area still scares the heck out of me. But yeah, like it's just one of those things. It's like after you've had it for a while, you're just like, hey, yeah, it's my Quest Pro. And you just grab it. You know, be very careful with any of your technology that you get. Like take care of your stuff. You know, oh boy, some of those Quest 2 forums, man, the stuff people put their headsets through, like, take care of your stuff, like, for real. And it will last long. Take care of your stuff, it will take care of you. But yeah, with that price drop, I would definitely say, like, go for it. So, I do apologize for this video being kind of lengthy. I wasn't planning for it to be this long, but again, you know, when you're talking about spending like $1,000 on a headset or whatever, like you want to make sure that someone's kind of like looking out for you. And I feel like I'm trying to do that with, you know, giving my feedback and stuff. The headset is not perfect. So, you know, and neither was the Quest 2. I had I feel like I had more issues with that headset than I've had with this one, but still, like, there's so many other videos of people talking about the negatives out there and stuff. Do you want to go find the negatives? You know, by all means, go for it, you know, and I'll still try to cover some of the things that, like, you know, just to, like, watch out for. But I'm trying to create on this channel a space that feels very, like, just very positive to, like, be able to just talk about, like, the love of that we all have for VR. So, and you're going to go find someone that's, like, very critical or whatever, like, just, there's plenty of people out there that you can do for that. But yeah, but I will always be honest, though, with letting you know, like, if something's good or bad or something. But I don't have a lot of negatives about the Quest Pro just because it works for me. So obviously, do your research. 100% I do recommend this headset, especially with the price down to what it is right now. I wouldn't hesitate anyway. I would definitely tell someone to be like, don't buy the Quest 2. If you have the money, if you can do it, go ahead and get the Pro. Because it is a superior experience. Like I feel like you have more options for the stuff that you want to experience or try out. So yeah, so it's a very good headset. Also too, I don't know, sometimes I feel like some people are tripping hardcore, but this has to be one of the dopest looking headsets that has come out. Like since we've been in this modern era of like VR stuff coming out. I mean, like I heard some people be like, oh, it's like bug eye and all this stuff. I don't know what people are thinking. I think this headset looks dope. I think it's just a cool looking headset. Looks like something like a Sith Lord would wear or something. I don't know. But it's really cool. It definitely looks like it's straight out of the future. So I'm actually more a fan of like headsets kind of looking more like this, like as time goes on. But it's really cool. It's a cool headset, and I feel like the more and more I use it, the more I'm just like, yeah, like this. I don't know. For me, it was worth it, even though I had to pay the full price. And for those of you that are wondering too, I believe it's still going on, but if you did buy a Quest Pro, you paid the full price, you can contact, I think, the support from Meta, and they'll give you $100 credit towards your store, like in the Oculus store. So like buying apps and games and stuff, like you get like $100. They did it for me, and I bought quite a few things. So yeah, I thought I would just put that out there. So again, sorry for the lengthy video, but I just want to be fair. I just kind of want to just let you guys know how I feel about it, because I've had it since it first came out, and I feel like I've kind of had a fair shake at just being able to say, like, yeah, I think it's a good headset. So anyway, so if you're on the fence, hopefully this helped you get off the fence, and hopefully you bought a Quest Pro. If you guys ever want to add me too, my Quest name is the same as my YouTube channel, so it's just Artface. So if you ever want to meet up with me, just come hang out in my Quest home. We can just sit around and talk about VR or whatever. Like, let's do it. That's the cool stuff about VR that you can do. You can't do that on a phone. You can't do that on a laptop. And oh my gosh, okay, last thing. When you use the pass-through mode with like your avatar and someone else's, and it looks like their avatar is actually in your home, not your VR home, but your actual home. Mind blown, I tell you. It is amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. And it really helps because the Quest Pro has like the color pass-through. So yeah, so anyway, I don't know. I feel like VR and AR is going to play a huge, huge part in all of this stuff moving forward. So anyway, this video is way too long, so I'm going to bounce, but hope you guys had fun. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.